ridiculous. But no, I was like thinking like, so my next EP's Hop On or Fuck Off too.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just like be like, hop on. I would be like, fuck off.
What's up, everybody? You can hop on.
Or fuck off. 2.
Right?
Second one.
So you had an EP. Your most recent EP was that?
No. So my most recent EP was called Quasi 2.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple EPs come out. My first one was Quasi. Second one was Hop On or Fuck Off. Third one was Extra. Fourth one was Quasi 2. So now I'm on my fifth one.
Okay.
And I'm starting to do my thing, hopefully. And it's dope because if you like hear the first EP till now,
yeah,
you like hear the progression.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone that's like went through my whole discography is like, what the fuck, man? You've improved so much.
Yeah.
You still kind of kept what you're trying to do,
mm-hmm.
being yourself. It's like at first I did a lot of just boom bap, East Coast beats, storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still really good at that. That's my bread and butter. I love doing that.
Yeah.
But like as the music expanded, it went into like hype beats and it went into like just R&B stuff and like bluesy R&B stuff, and
mm-hmm.
you just kept it going and did some folk songs now too.
Really?
Yeah, so it's been an experience.
Like,
honestly.
are you like rapping on like folk style beats, or is that
more singing?
Okay.
Honestly.
Cool.
But I mean, it has like the rhyme sequences of a rap.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I just love experimenting.
Yeah.
Honestly. So like, if there's a rock rap thing soon, I'm gonna do it. If it's anything else, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I love experimenting.
Dude, we should work on a song sometime. I think we've talked about it before, but
yeah, I'm
cool.
down. You just let me know when.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure your schedule's busy. You know, mine.
Yeah,
is
lately
interesting. So
I'm hoping like after I get all that equipment up and running, I'm gonna have like way more free time.
Yeah, I feel that.
Especially because like I can produce so much faster with that stuff that like work won't keep me as busy.
Yeah,
so.
That's gonna be awesome, man. I can't. For your sake, I can't wait for you. And like I kind of talked about, it's like the progression of how everyone's kind of having their little come up.
Yeah,
it's cool to watch.
Dude, yeah, I love it.
So cool.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Dude, yeah, it's awesome to see like just know people for years, you know, and see all the changes they make and all the growth they get to experience.
Yeah, I mean, like someone as simple as like Grant. So
mm-hmm.
Grant, for example, he's been working with you. He eventually got a marketing thing with Timeless.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's a sound engineer for Timeless.
Yeah,
and he never thought about being a sound engineer before he got there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's like,
plus,
the progression of people has been awesome.
I think when I met him, like he wasn't even really involved with music, and now he's like, you know, promoting his own music and like he engineers now. And
yeah, it's crazy how it progresses and how you like have this deep passion develop for it. If that makes any sense. So it's like with me with music, I've always kind of liked it, to be honest. But
mm-hmm.
it's cool to see other people go through that.
Yeah.
Phase, I guess.
Yeah, you're like happy for them, like vicariously, kind of like get to see them grow and like sort of be like proud of them in a way. You know?
Yeah, like to see them evolve, to see
mm-hmm.
their improvement, to see
mm-hmm.
where they're taking themselves and how they're gonna carry their music with it.
Mm-hmm.
So like part of that is like, so I have a label. Mm-hmm. I don't call it my label. I call it like the whole group's label,
mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to build like Wu-Tang
mm-hmm.
again, but I want it to be like a hype vibes or a more modern Wu-Tang, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see the artists on the label just keep on making music and keep on developing and keep on doing their thing, and you're kind of trying to like guide them along the way with what you think sounds good and lyrically, because it's one thing to have a really great sound, which is the most important thing I think with music,
mm-hmm.
but it's if you can't touch somebody,
mm-hmm.
it's kind of pointless
in
my opinion.
Yeah.
So like trying to balance the two,
mm-hmm.
That's been important. And then like some of the artists I work with, they're developing still. They're a little younger, but they're developing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like trying to show them the correct way to touch people
mm-hmm.
or relate to people. That's been an experience as well.
So did you start the label or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like to call it mine. I started it. Mm-hmm. Some of the hoodies you printed for me
mm-hmm.
last year, that was kind of like the start of the whole entire label.
Mm-hmm.
The acronym for it is PRO, but it
mm-hmm.
stands for Passion, Rewards, Opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have a passion for what you do, you love what you're doing, you get rewarded for chasing your passions, and opportunities come
mm-hmm.
as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like, have you ever heard that expression, luck is when preparation meets opportunity?
Yeah, exactly.
Love that. That's like one of my favorite sayings.
That's a perfect quote. I'm not good at like
Yeah, like remembering
remembering
those.
quotes, but that's a perfect quote for what I'm trying to like kind of convey in a way too. It's like, man, don't get me wrong. There's some people that are very, very talented, and they can have things handed to them in a way because they're so talented. But I've kind of worked hard for everything that I've had, so it's like I wanted the label to kind of convey that message as well. Yeah. So it's like with music, 2 years ago in Cincinnati, no one really knew who I was in Cincinnati. Now I'm a candidate for Best New Artist of the Year in Cincinnati by one of its top media groups. So it's like you keep on working, you keep on trying to do your thing, and hopefully people recognize what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the goal at the end of the day is, one, you got to love what you're doing, but if you're trying to make it a business, the goal is to get people to start noticing your brand.
Right. Yeah. You got to think of it more business minded than just like doing it for the art, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah. And it sucks, honestly, at the same time.
In a way, yeah.
Because it's like you start thinking about what songs you're making. You're like, do I want to make it for the art, or do I want to make it more business sounding?
Like more like a mass appeal that you think is going to get more traction.
Exactly.
But it's like not as like maybe artistically authentic or something.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you kind of got to balance it. And for me, like I said earlier, like I'm a boom bap East Coast storytelling type of person. Yeah. So hey, how do I incorporate that and still have something hype? And I think I conveyed that pretty well. I don't know if you watched my latest music video. It's called Dough.
I've seen like a handful of your videos.
Yeah, I
so
appreciate that.
I don't know if I watched the most recent one, but
heck yeah, I appreciate that. But like, long story short, I had Najee, Jamil Zion, and me all in the video. I did the hook, and the whole thing was like a plot essentially, where we grabbed some of our friends. We thankfully one of Najee's uncles. He has a G-Wagon and a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I did see that. Didn't the Rolls Royce have like is it a butterfly door on it?
It is the open up, not the butterfly.
Like the reverse door.
Yeah, the reverse door.
Yeah.
And then in Najee's verse, he goes like, he says something about umbrella like Riri, and he literally clicks the button for the umbrella to come out the door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Hell yeah.
But the thing I loved most about that song is it was hype the whole entire time. And at the end, I had a beat switch before my verse, and I still made it that boom bap East Coast thing at the very end. So it was like, damn, the audience heard what they wanted, they heard what they wanted, they heard what they wanted, and then I did my thing anyways.
Yeah. When did that video come out?
Came out Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, last Sunday. I'm sorry, January 1st, last Friday.
Okay.
So it came out then. It's got over 5,500 views so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I noticed it seems like it's getting good traction.
Yeah. So far, thankfully, so good, and I'm just trying to push it to 10,000 hopefully soon. Yeah, that's my goal. By Friday, I want it or Saturday. I don't know. It's a realistic goal. I just wanted to get to 10,000 somehow. I gotta keep on spreading it. So. For
sure. What's your approach for promoting it?
I've got a huge phone list of messages to people that I'm connected with that I send it out to. It's really annoying. I feel bad. But
I do get those texts from you all the time. I don't mind that.
Yeah, so it's like I get it that it's annoying, but it's like I can't just go. Yeah, it works, and I can't just like go through my contacts individually one by one and try to spread it. And at the same time, it's like I say at the end, hey, if you don't want to be on this list, unsubscribe. Yeah. So like people have the option of doing that. I also have email lists. My social media, my Snapchat, thankfully, I know Snapchat's dying, but in general, my Snapchat's pretty good, like with people reacting and actually swiping up and stuff. Yeah. So I use that, and I try to just hammer home with Instagram as well. So you'll see me on Instagram repost everything that people post about videos. So I have like a bunch of stories whenever I release shit.
Do you do that like every day? Like how often are you reposting and resharing?
So I'm reposting and resharing as often as I see them. So if people are posting every day, I'm reposting every day. But I mean on my stories, not actual posts. Yeah. Posts with me, it's so like sporadic. Like there's 1 week where I'll have like 3, and there'll be like a month where I have nothing. Yeah. I need to get better at that, honestly, because like you're trying to promote a brand or build a brand. In order to do that, like Instagram now is kind of your resume for your brand. Yeah. If that makes sense. Definitely. And I mean, you got that, you got like, I don't know if you ever heard of Facebook Business Manager and how that works.
I mean, I'm not super familiar with it, but I've
Yeah.
looked into it before.
So it's like how to advertise on Facebook and Instagram at the same time, essentially, from a business perspective. So trying to tap into that and know what my target audiences are too. That's been fun to try to
Is that
figure out.
like where you, like, you know how you can do like paid like targeted ads and stuff
Yep.
like that? Is that
Yeah.
the same thing?
Yes, but it's only for Facebook
Okay.
and for Instagram.
Okay.
You also could do that on YouTube though. It's
Yeah.
possible, but that's through Google AdSense. Is what
Okay.
they call
Have
it.
you done that at all?
I've done it before, yeah. But the thing is, unless you have something that like smacks right at the beginning, it's not going to bring you a bunch of traction.
Yeah, you gotta like grab them right away.
Yeah,
In the first,
or
like 5 seconds.
yeah, or your retention rate is going to be extremely, like, maybe that was the wrong word for it, but like, you know how you could view on YouTube how much seconds of a video someone watched?
Yeah.
So like, if you don't grab their attention right away through an ad, they're not going to click on your dang video. So
Yeah.
your numbers are going to be all lower when it comes to like people actually like the
Right.
watch time for the videos.
Yeah.
So it's like an irrelevant view, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So with your label, I'm curious, why do you prefer not to call it yours?
I haven't established a like contract for every individual artist. My goal was to make it so that when the group comes together to make music, there's an LLC behind it. And when the group does their individual music, they have a way of backing themselves up just in case something happens.
So like, they're signed to you, or
So that's what I didn't want. I don't
Okay.
want anyone signed to me.
Okay.
I wanted like the group to come together when they make group music, and then when they do their individual thing, they're their own individual artist.
okay,
And that's kind of the way Wu-Tang was set up too.
okay,
I just feel like it's a better approach because it's a network. You all learn from each other. I got like 10 or 11 people that are a part of the actual group, if you count like engineers, producers, marketing, and artists. But it's a way for everyone to come together. They learn. They all grow off each other, and they still could do their own thing. And I'm not hurting them. I'm not taking money away from them. I'm not throwing down any money towards them unless they ask for it. And we're making it work. I mean, hell, for example, my friend, he's on the label. His name's Brandon Shows. He's TV shows on Instagram. Through this pandemic, he's been throwing parties anyways. Just renting out Airbnbs.
Nice.
Throwing crazy parties. And I'll help him set up. And then I'll just be like, okay, I'm out. If you need something, call me. If you get the cops called on you, call me. If you need me to bail you out somewhere, call me. and it's been fun. And, like, it's helping us grow and figure out, like, hey, once everything gets back to normal, how are we actually going to grow something?
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm still doing music videos. I'm still making music at the studio. Najee, he's got an EP coming. Jamil Zion, you might have met him through Grant. I'm not sure.
I don't think I have.
A very, very, very dope R&B artist. He's got some crazy shit cooking, and he's also the first verse on my latest video, Doe. So he like goes from like singing to like rapping, and it's crazy the way he does it. Like I'm not gonna compare him to The Weeknd at all, but he could like be all melodic and stuff and sing really well, and then all of a sudden just go screaming.
I think I've definitely seen that guy on like some of the stories that people share, like whether it's yours or Grant's or somebody. But yeah, definitely. Did he do some of the like hype stuff, like the kind of like hype man? In the, you know, like the background, like.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw some of those. Yeah.
So on my newest EP,
like introducing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on my newest EP, I'm gonna have a song literally called "Hop On or Fuck Off." It's gonna be the first song for "Hop On or Fuck Off" 2. And the concept of it, and I'm gonna hopefully have a music video as well, is I'm gonna try to get a boxing ring, run it out.
Nice.
He's gonna be the ring announcer.
Yeah.
Like suit
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
get the microphone,
Yeah.
introducing.
Yeah.
And he's gonna announce every person on the song. And while that person's going,
They like go in the ring and like do their thing.
and we're individually boxing another person while we're going.
That's it.
And when the second person goes, we'll bring another person that they're boxing.
Yeah.
In between, I'll have a ring girl with the round number
Yeah.
and everything. And then my goal with it is, depending on when we do it, is once it's over, the actual video, I want to put up like $500 or $1,000 and be like, hey, freestyle battle.
Okay.
And tell any artist in the city if they want to come, We'll organize it. We'll make it happen, and the winner takes all the money.
Would that be like the same day that you're shooting the video? Like after the video is finished being shot, then you have a battle happen?
That's what I want.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That's an awesome idea.
Hopefully. It just depends on when exactly we do it, because like if we do it post-COVID, we could actually get people to come and try to sell tickets.
Yeah.
If we don't do it post-COVID, a little more tough, still possible, but I mean, obviously you have more of a chance for liability reasons to screw up shit.
Yeah. Would they be there like for the shooting of the video, like as extras maybe around the ring? Or
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, dude, I think that'd be cool too.
Yeah, but it really just depends on the type of ring we rent out, the type of venue we're at.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of factors that are still at play. But that's my concept in my head.
I like it a lot.
And it's great because like at the very, very end, Jamil's announcing, and he literally holds on to the saying "hop on" or "fuck off." And my sound engineer, Chris Turner, who comes in randomly yelling, 2 bitches, 2! Like, it's hilarious. So I can't wait till it's actually like mixed and mastered and ready to go. But that is going to be fun. And yeah, that was an example of Jamil changing up his voice like crazy. Yeah. And just doing something really out there.
Yeah, I saw that. I was getting a kick out of that one. Yeah. Do you have any like any boxing gyms in mind or anything like that, or like?
Honestly, man, I don't know enough about Cincinnati yet.
I know of a couple around here that would be good for that. There's one in particular I went to like years ago, but like I think it's called like Cincinnati Fitness and Boxing or something. They have like a free, you know, like you can go there for like a class or two just to like see if you like it and decide to join or not. Yeah. But they have like a nice ring like right in the middle. It's a big space too. Like there's plenty of room around the ring where if you wanted to have extras, you could. Yeah. And then there's also like a sort of, I think there's like a balcony like around it as well, like on a second floor, if I remember it correctly. So, I mean, you could use that if you wanted to.
That would be awesome.
That place is pretty sweet. There's a couple around here. There's also like Title there's a Title boxing gym downtown. Yeah. And a couple others that I can't remember, but.
Hey man, if you could send those over my way.
For sure,
point,
yeah.
Let me know. Definitely. Because that's something I would really like to get going, or at least plan for.
One of those things too, it's like, I mean, yeah, you can like I'm sure you could probably pay them to like use the space, but I don't know if you've ever thought about like just offering, like promoting their business through the video, you know, like when I went to college for film, and that was one of the things they taught us, like to try to do with local businesses, whether it was like for catering or using their venue or their space for your shoot, was to like credit them somehow in the bio or in the end of the video. Yeah. So that way you don't have to pay, and then they get promotion. So it's still like a win-win for each person.
Yeah. And then maybe I could leverage like my brand, or leverage like, hey, I get this much views usually off of videos. Maybe I can help you out or something like that.
Yeah. And then that way you can save money on, you know, paying them to rent the space potentially.
That would be perfect. Honestly, that would make my, $500 for a freestyle battle.
Yeah, more affordable.
Yeah, more affordable. way easier. Make it me not think as much.
Would you like charge people to like participate, or would it just be like you're just putting that money up for everybody?
I'd put that money up for everybody and say, hey, this is one for the city. That's pretty much what I would do. And then if we could get people in there, I would charge like a little
fans. Cover fee kind of thing.
Yeah, like a cover fee. Yeah, and it wouldn't even be anything crazy, but it would just be for the sake of entertainment. Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, that could be another thing that you could maybe negotiate with, like, say you did it at that gym, like maybe split or give them the cover fee or something instead of paying them. I'm sure there's a lot of different possibilities for how to go about it, but
and then what's good and what's not good during COVID.
Right. Yeah.
That's another thing.
Think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I'm just hoping this COVID stuff goes away. That's what I'm hoping.
I'm just so ready for it.
Yeah, just let it go away.
All right.
Let it do its thing.
Yeah.
And eventually we could just start doing crazy concerts.
I can't believe it's been going on as long as it has.
Bro, I mean, the way it ruined the economy is insane.
Yeah, man. Like, I think that's more damaging than, I mean, I don't want to, I'm no scientist or doctor, so, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt, but like, I feel like the damage that has done is more impactful than the actual virus itself.
I mean, I'll tell you an example, like how it fucked me up, right? So my friend and me funded a type of music retreat, right? Where we threw down $20,000 and we had 35 artists around the city end up paying us like $500 each. And the whole purpose of it was to go to LA, We have our own Airbnb. It was absolutely massive. It was a fucking mansion.
Mm-hmm.
We go there. We jam out. We party.
Yeah.
We go to a fucking music studio right next to there.
Yeah.
We do the music studio stuff.
Yeah.
Then we go on the beach. We party.
Sounds awesome.
We go to different places and we do our thing in LA.
Yeah.
And yeah, the pandemic hit after we planned everything. We had our schedules, itineraries,
and
everything. Huh?
Did they already send you money? And stuff?
Yeah. Like they already sent us money. We already paid everybody, and then boom, everything hit, and we had to figure out how to refund everything.
Yeah.
And that was a nightmare, honestly. Like we needed, and like the airlines didn't help because they're like, well, we could give you credit for you, but we don't know how to make it cash.
Yeah.
And then there's other like tickets that, well, we could give it to the person who got the ticket. And I'm just like, well, no, because then I'm losing out for like some shit too. Like, I don't know what's going on. But long story short, we ended up getting a connecting flight for that trip. The moment they changed it to a connecting flight instead of a direct flight, it was a loophole to get a refund.
Oh, okay.
So I got lucky and I got a refund for all fucking 35 tickets.
Nice.
But it was crazy because, like, imagine 35 people that you know on an airplane together. Yeah. Like a commercial.
Dude, that would have been epic, yeah.
Yeah, like, we did it once because we did something similar where we went to New York. And we had 15 people on the plane.
Yeah.
And all of us started freestyling. So people, like, behind us were like, what the fuck are they doing? What's going on? Right? And my friend who helps me organize everything, his name's Gabe Henry. Yeah. He's just looking down like, oh, my God, what is going on? I'm sitting there like, I got to record this.
Did you get footage of it?
Huh?
Did you get some footage of it?
On the actual airplane itself, I ended up not getting footage just because I figured if I get someone's face and they didn't want to be in it, that's going to be a problem. Yeah. But I do have some footage somewhere of us in the airport randomly walking around freestyling. Yeah. Yeah, so that was funny.
Yeah, that would have been good content for sure. Yeah. Especially on the plane. Could have probably like used that for some promotional stuff.
Yeah, and then maybe blur out people's faces or something. Yeah. That would have been smart. But
yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like probably wouldn't even have to worry about it that much. I mean, the likelihood of like somebody seeing it. Although I know what you mean though. It's like better to be safe than sorry, but
yeah, it's the principle of it, but that's like true, I see what you're saying too. It's like, dude, no one's gonna notice you. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Like, but yeah, no, that's a good point too. Just for people's privacy, like if they don't want to be on camera, you know. Yeah, yeah.
But no, but yeah, New York. That trip was fun. We had my sound engineer almost go home with a stripper. Nice. That's it. I'm not even joking. And he was calling me drunk, like, do I go home with the stripper? I said, you have to be at the studio in 3 hours. Do you want to go home with the stripper?
What did he decide to do?
He ended up being a team player and not going home with the stripper. Good for him. And I don't know how I convinced him to do that, honestly. Yeah. I feel like 99 times out of 100 chances, if you get... And he said it was the hottest stripper in the strip club. Yeah. I wasn't actually at the strip club. I wouldn't know. I was I was at home. I was like, I'm getting to sleep. Fuck this. Yeah. But yeah, 99 times out of 100, I feel like if someone had the hottest stripper in a strip club and she was trying to
go home with
you to go home, you would automatically do it. But, you know, his nickname is Your Girl's Favorite.
I think I seen you tag him as well.
Yeah. So he does his thing. He does his thing. Yeah. But no, how am I going to say it? It's like, have you seen Dora the Explorer when we were younger? And it was like, swiper, no swiping. Yeah. He's swiper. He's just like that dude. He's just that dude.
Just swipes everybody. Yeah. Swooping up girlfriends left and right.
Heck yeah. But no, and Faraz could attest to it. Great dude. Chris Turner is an amazing person. But no, along with that, man, it's been a vibe, honestly. Like I'm performing pretty soon. If you don't mind me going on my phone real quick.
No, you're good.
I'll tell you the guy, his name. He's some white dude. And honestly, growing up, I just laughed at his music video when he got popular.
He's been around for a while?
Yeah, he's been around since like 2015. He got really big off of one video.
It was like a viral video?
Yeah, it was a viral video. His name's Slim Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, so... one of my boys is opening up for Slim Jesus in Northern Kentucky in January 23rd. So that's something I'm doing pretty soon.
Are you involved? Like you're opening too? Or?
So 2 of the songs that we made, we're going to do it together. Yeah. It's technically his set, not
But he's
mine.
Like featuring you, basically.
Yeah, but he's featuring me on the set. Oh, yeah. So that'll be interesting because I'll get to meet Slim Jesus. But I like personally, I'm not really one way or the other about his music. I don't really care about it.
Yeah.
Like I saw one video that went viral, and I was like, I don't really mess with.
Do you remember what the song was? Like the name of it?
I can look it up right now. So it was called. If my internet works, hopefully it does. Jesus. It was literally called Drill Time.
Drill Time?
Yeah, Drill Time. It's got 57 million views.
Damn.
And it was 5 years ago. And he looks like he's 16 and he's holding guns with his friends. It's just interesting video. Interesting video. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know if I've seen it or not, but I've heard of that dude like before.
Yeah.
Does he have a lot of followers and stuff?
I think so. He's got like over 100,000 or 200,000 followers, something like that.
Yeah, like on Instagram or just.
Yeah, I believe on Instagram. I think his YouTube's like huge.
Yeah. Oh, really?
We're talking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I would say it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
But it was just funny. Like I randomly got asked one day, and I was like, "The fuck, Slim Jesus? I haven't heard of this guy's name in like 5 years." And then I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. That'd be fun."
What's your like main platform of choice, like as far as like where you want people to find you at?
My main platform of choice where I get the most streams, Spotify.
Okay.
Right now, currently, I had to take down my latest release, Quasi 2, from Spotify for a couple days because some wacky shit happened with my streams. So I'm trying to get it solved with Spotify.
What do you mind me asking? Like what happened? Or?
So essentially, I got on a playlist that had botted streams. I noticed it because my streams went up by. I had a total of 220,000 streams on my EP. It shot up to 285,000 streams in one day. While my monthly listeners.
Went from 200 to 285?
Yeah, 220 to 285 in one day.
Yeah.
While my monthly listeners went lower. And I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
So I contacted Spotify. I said, hey, what do I do? And
was it already like flagged as being botted at that point?
At that time, no, thankfully. Because the thing is, when they flag your shit, they can get rid of your account if they want to. And I have like 6,300 followers on Spotify. So I was tripping balls because I worked my ass off to get that many followers. I'm like, what? Like, I don't want to get flagged. I don't want my freaking account to go down. Right. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So I immediately contacted them. And it was actually funny because like last weekend, they actually went through a bunch of artists as well and like flagged a bunch of people for having fake streams. So I'm glad like I did it when I did it.
Oh, because you would have.
Who knows? Like, yeah, like who knows what would have happened.
So did you not? You didn't get flagged to begin with? Then?
As of now, I'm not flagged, thankfully. Yeah. But I'm still trying to figure out what the move is. Like, do I keep my streams? Do I not? Like, I worked my ass off for 220,000 streams. Yeah. Like, what happens?
Oh, so that whole song got taken off? Like with the
whole EP, except for one song, got taken off. I took it down myself though.
Okay. Is it like privated or did you actually like remove it?
It's like privated right now.
Okay. So the views are still like kind of there in a way. I mean, if you like were to make it public again, if you were allowed to.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of the botted streams and keep what I had before. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a thing. It's not a thing. What Spotify is doing. It's an awkward situation, honestly, man. And the thing that sucks is like the distribution service I go through. There's not really much help. Yeah. Through email, so I'm thinking about switching soon.
Is that CD Baby? Or?
No, I'm going through DistroKid. I
was gonna say that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I'm gonna switch to United Masters very soon because it just looks a lot more efficient for artists. But United Masters takes a little more from you.
I haven't even heard of that one. I've heard of DistroKid and CD Baby, but not.
I mean, those are like the two top ones in the game. United Masters came around recently, but everybody is switching to it now.
Do you know why?
Just because they have more sync licensing placement opportunities or sync placement opportunities.
As in, like what is that?
Movies, commercials, Netflix. And that's something I've been trying to get on recently. It's like, yo, I want sync licensing because that's where the money's at with music.
Grant was over here a few times. Like we've been working on some music a little bit, and he and I were talking about like doing it the like official way, you know, like the legit way of getting. I don't even remember. I had written it down on a note, and I don't have it anymore. But he was talking to me about like kind of like copywriting your music or like coming up with, I don't know, is that ASCAP or is that...
BMI and ASCAP. Yeah. So signing up for those with all your works of art is very, very, very important. Or your music works, I should say.
Do you do that?
I used to not do that. My most recent release, I made sure I did that.
Just with the single or the album?
The album, Quasi 2, I made sure I did that. With Extra, the album before that, I did it, but I did it wrong because I didn't know that you had to register a work as every single song separately on the EP and have the EP be the base of everything. I thought I could just register one work as the EP and it would cover everything on the EP. But that's not the way it works.
Okay.
So if you ever are making an EP and you have like 5 songs, for example, you have to get registered for all 5 songs.
So if you do singles too, I guess, like if you just released a single, you could just do that single.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So same concept. And that's another thing, man, is like with music, like buying your copyrights, making sure your logos are trademarked. That's something I still got to do. So if someone's trying to steal my logo, feel free.
Yeah, it's a free game right now.
Yeah, like careful. So like that's another thing. Like getting your logos trademarked, it all adds up. Like,
yeah.
But it's very, very important.
Trademarking, I mean, well, I don't know. I've heard that trademarking, I don't think it's that expensive, right? I've heard that it can be. I guess maybe it depends on what you're trademarking.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're trademarking, but
and I'm sure if you're doing a lot of like multiple things being trademarked, then it probably
adds up. Yeah, and I mean it's not like horrible. I'm just being cheap, honestly.
But yeah, I mean you gotta be smart with your money, you know.
Yeah, but it's like if you look at how much studio time that I usually get, you would know that like okay, if I wanted to not be in the studio as much, I could figure out the other shit, which would probably be smarter for me to do, honestly. But like. It is what it is. We'll get around to it. Worst case, someone takes my logo, and I'll make another logo. Yeah. But no, I'll get around to it, and it'll all solve itself. But for the most part, my business acumen's pretty on point. If you ask Chris Turner, he always says, like, hey, for music artists in the city, go to Joe if you want to learn anything about business.
Yeah, I might have to hit you up at some point, too, once I start putting some music out.
I appreciate it. But Grant's a great resource now, too, because he's going through the classes. He's figuring out his stuff.
Yeah, he seemed really knowledgeable about a lot of stuff that I hadn't really knowledge of.
And me and him, whenever we see each other, we always like just talk back and forth, get each other's opinions. Yeah. What do you think is right? Hey, what do you think's wrong? Hey, what should we do with this? What's the question of the day?
So you use ASCAP or BMI to basically like that's kind of like in a way that's like trademarking your music.
Yeah, it's to register your work.
Okay.
So if someone's, for example, writing on a song, you give them a percentage of money they earn through publishing through BMI or ASCAP.
So it's like they're getting like if there's 100% of a song, you guys would like decide how much percentage they own of the song, more or less.
Kind of, yeah. So it just depends on the situation, depends on the song, with who gets what and what gets what. But half of it, when it comes to like publishing and stuff, like half of it's on the composition, so on the beat itself, and half of it's on like what did the artist do. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Grant kind of explained it to me, so I like vaguely remember him explaining that. But
now streaming revenue is different. Like when you're on Spotify or Apple Music and people stream your stuff. Unfortunately, it's like pennies on the dollar. Yeah. For what you should get, honestly. But
yeah, I had a friend of mine. I think he actually I'm wearing his hoodie right now. This is a local band that I printed for. But I think they get like 500,000 streams a month or something roughly. And I think he was saying they only got like $500 a month off Spotify for that, or I forget. But
yeah, so technically every 100,000 streams should be around $500.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, around there.
I might be wrong about that.
Oh, it's not a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of methods to how people get streams on Spotify, so it could be different for everybody. But typically, you're looking anywhere from 0.003 to 0.0065 cents a stream. Okay. So it's absolutely ridiculously stupid. Like, yeah. So like, you could get anywhere from like around 300 to around $650. But
for 100,000 streams.
Yeah, but for me, when I got around 100,000 streams, it was around like 500, 550. So
I guess that's on the high end, even though it's like seems low for the amount of streams, but
exactly for
what you can get.
Yeah, and it's honestly kind of nuts. Like, you put your heart, blood, and soul into something, and it's like, we don't care. Yeah. So that's why like the sync licensing, the concerts, your merchandise, they all matter. It's like that's where the money's at. Yeah.
So, do you do like CDs or vinyls or anything like that?
I'm thinking about it for my next EP.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think it would do well, but I haven't done it yet. I literally just got like one of those pretty much. Like I can't even remember the things you put on the wall, like the plaques or whatever. Yeah. I got one made by my sister. She put like my EP cover.
Actually, me and my mom and I made that for my dad.
Oh, really?
That was a record that my dad made.
Oh,
and it's not like I don't know if it fooled you or not, but it's not a real gold record.
Really? Yeah, no,
it was kind of just as a joke, like for Christmas present. He had made a record like in a bluegrass band when he was younger, and he had like some left over, so we just took one of his records and tried to like replicate a gold record.
Yeah.
So.
That's dope. I mean, like, it's little things like that you remember too. So like my sister made one for me. It had the EP cover, had a little CD below.
I think I saw that actually on. Didn't you post that?
Yeah, I just posted it exactly like yesterday night. So it's like little things like that. I find them really, really dope. I honestly forget where I was going with that, but like. It is what it is. It is what it is, man.
So, like, is that all you kind of recommend doing, like, for putting music out, as far as like protecting your music and then like it being like super official, you know, doing it professionally, like through? I mean,
it just matters if you made the beat, if someone else made the beat for you. Copyrights are important. I mean, there's a lot of factors. We could talk for hours about how that shit works. Yeah. Honestly, but the bread and butter that I tell everybody when it comes to music is making the song is just the start. Like, you think making the song is the most important part, and for someone that's creative, it is, honestly. But like 10% of what you do with your song matters when it comes to quality. 90% is how the hell you control your marketing.
As far as like getting it out there and like actually like
making something of it. Yeah. So like I have this thing where everybody in my music label, we all worked on how am I gonna put it? It's a node map essentially. So I don't know if you remember like what nodes are essentially, but it's like
it's ringing a bell, but I don't.
Yeah. So it's you have a circle, right? And you write your goal. So let's say your goal is to make money. Something branches off of it, and you write how you're going to make money. And you have like 4 or 5 different things on how you're going to make money, right? Then you have something branch off of it and say, how's that first thing that's going to make your money work? And it keeps on branching and branching and branching. So I made everybody, I didn't make everybody, I asked everybody to make one of those for what your goals were with music in 2021. And then I made a group one. And I told them all for the marketing section, that should be 90% of your actual map. Because it matters. Your marketing matters. The way you strategically plan things when it comes to releases and music matters. The time of year you release specific music based on people's feelings matters. Yeah. And the way you conduct your business matters. So like, for example, if someone makes a heartbreak song or a love song, Valentine's Day, pretty good time to drop something like that. Yeah. Or if you want to build up to Valentine's Day so it's popular by then, you're releasing it at the beginning of the year. Like sometimes even a little farther out. It depends on how you're scheduling your marketing. But like, there's just so many factors to the way music works, man. It's beautiful, honestly, but it's a stressor because it's like you're telling yourself, man, I want to work on my music. I don't want to think about all this other shit.
Yeah, it can get all convoluted with like just distraction of the business side of things. Yeah, kind of takes the creativity or the passion out of it. Yeah. I mean, I know about that for sure because I got super carried away, you know, with printing. And really, like when I first started printing, I just wanted to figure out a way to like work for myself and make enough money to where like, say I got like a good sized job. It's like, okay, cool. I made a month's worth of income in a week. So now I can spend the other 3 weeks of the month like working on music and stuff. Yeah. And then I just got super carried. I was like, wait, what if I like make like more than a month's worth? And, you know, and then I just like kept trying to
bigger and bigger dreams.
Yeah. Man. So I got a little like carried away from the original idea, which was to like focus on music. But I mean, yeah, I can relate to that for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, it worked for you. Now you're getting new equipment to help expedite the process.
Yeah, exactly.
For you. So
and
it's
then,
like,
sorry to interrupt you. I was just gonna say, like, in addition to that, it's like when you can increase your income, then you can use that to help promote your music and you know, purchase like higher quality equipment so you can have higher quality recordings and you know, pay for producing videos or studio musicians or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And it all goes hand in hand. Like me, I started rapping in high school, but it wasn't something I took seriously. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like my rap name was given to me by my friends, and it was a joke. My last name's Eid, E-I-D. If you flip it and you spell it backwards, it spells die. Mm-hmm. You flip 2 of the letters, it spells I-E-D. Mm-hmm. And that's an improvised explosive device. So I'm Middle Eastern. They all make fun of me. They're like, hey, you call yourself IED. I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So I went and made music. I made a mixtape my senior year of high school, right? Mm-hmm. And I sold it. And I made a good amount of money off of that damn mixtape. Mm-hmm. I sold it throughout the high school. Got in trouble one time for selling it throughout the high school. But still
just because you were selling it in high school?
Yeah. But kept on doing my thing anyways.
Yeah.
And it worked out for me. But when I got to college, I stepped back for a moment and I said, hey, what am I doing? Do I want to do something where I keep at the music and I'm in college, I'm not going to be able to make that much money? Or do I want to focus for a couple of years so that way I'll have the money to actually back my craft up?
Right.
And I decided to do industrial and systems engineering, got the degree. Now I have the resources to do whatever the hell I want.
Is that what you do for a living?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I work for Honda. I'm an industrial systems engineer for Honda. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, when I was like thinking I wanted to do something more seriously with music, I used to kind of fantasize about like, maybe I'll get on a label one day and they'll help me like produce higher quality videos or higher quality recordings. True. And then I started to think like, that's probably never gonna happen. Like, I probably won't get signed to a big label, and I can't wait around to like expect or assume that that's gonna happen. So if anything, like, I need to work my ass off and like make good money to help produce myself.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, even with big labels, man, it's like no one really wants to sign to a label anymore if they can avoid it.
Yeah.
Because they wax you with their deals sometimes if you're not careful. Like, I always recommend to people, like, don't sign full out record deals. What you want to do is look at distribution deals. That's more important.
How would you define the difference between the two?
So, a record deal can turn into like, hey,
keep talking. I'm just gonna raise your mic up a little.
Yeah.
I got another mic that I've been meaning to switch to, like that same one as that.
Yeah.
But I gotta get like this little piece for it, and I bought the wrong piece the other day. So.
Oh shit, that sucks.
This is the temp mic. It's a job done for now.
And no worries. So like, how am I gonna say this in the easiest way? So like, a record deal could be like a one lump sum payment that you get, right? And the record deal sells you on it, or the record company sells you on it and goes like, hey, you're making $1 million. Go make music.
Yeah.
In reality, though, it's a loan. Mm-hmm. So if you don't make music or you don't do something, you don't get anything out of it, you're not in the clear.
Like, you owe them the money?
Yeah, you owe them. Mm-hmm. And they control what type of music you make.
Right. They have more control over you, right? And
yeah,
they can like demand how much music you put out, how often, or...
Exactly, and they have the autonomy to tell you can't be creative, you can't put out anything for this much time, and they control what you do. When it comes to a distribution deal, it's more about like your marketing, more so than them limiting your creativity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. So they're helping you promote it basically, rather than like
telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you like, do you have a distribution deal, or is that something that you're working for?
It's something I'm working towards, but honestly, I like the idea of just staying independent and building everything myself.
Yeah.
Unless the right offer can.
Yeah. I've heard like, especially like in today's age, it's a lot different than it used to be, but nowadays it's like, if you're going to eventually get signed to a record label or a distribution deal, then it's more likely that would happen for you once you've established yourself. Like, you already basically made it as a musician by promoting yourself and producing yourself and making your own content, and then they're like, oh, this guy's done all the legwork, now we'll sign him because he's already got his shit together. And
and I totally agree with that. It's like growing your brand and making sure your brand is sustainable. It's like even something as like simple as influencers on Instagram, right?
Yeah,
they get paid by Instagram for whenever they post.
Do that?
Yeah,
it's like YouTube, how you like get paid for.
Yeah, kind of. Like, if you have enough of a following and you have enough like companies hitting you up, you get paid every time you post.
But is that like, is Instagram paying them, or is that more like the companies that like sponsor them?
I think it could be a combination of both.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. But the thing about it is, let's say you're an influencer and let's say a company takes a chance on you, then they realize you're really not as popular or as organic as you look. Mm-hmm. Then they just wasted money on you for no reason. Or you didn't really help them in return.
Right.
So like really growing your brand and focusing on what's organic is really important for that reason.
Yeah.
So it's like so many things in the world today with music or with fashion could be tainted, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So it's like knowing what to do is very important. Because I mean, like I said, I made a mistake, and I got on a playlist that fucking had botted streams. Mm-hmm. So it's like anyone could run into that shit.
Yeah.
And with me, like, you could ask a lot of people around this area. I'm pretty much the Spotify wizard around here, and I still got fucked.
So did you somebody when you say you got on a playlist that got botted, like?
Man, it could be so many ways. Like, it's so hard to like give a clear cut answer to this because it could happen in so many damn ways. Mm-hmm. But I landed on a playlist.
Did you like pursue that playlist, or they just kind of like put you on there? Or?
It happens both ways.
Yeah.
So for that particular example, I'm not 100% sure, mm-hmm. But it could happen both ways. You could pay to be on a playlist sometimes, which is not smart, to be honest. What I prefer to do is I try to submit myself on playlists through different sites. I try to hit up DJs, have them put it on their own playlists, mm-hmm. so that way they can play it in clubs and it gets more traction that mm-hmm. way. Or at a party they're at, a bar mitzvah, whatever.
Yeah.
So it gets more traction that way, and people can add it on their playlists or look it up on Shazam. Mm-hmm. But it just depends on the situation. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you run into good apples. Sometimes you run into bad apples. One of the playlists that I was randomly on, it just had a bunch of botted streams, and I noticed it because streams went up like crazy.
Yeah.
Listeners went down.
Yeah.
And I was like, that don't make sense. Like, you can't have one person listen to a song 20,000 times
right.
just like that. Like, no. So it is what it is. I'm learning every day like anyone else. Mm-hmm. All my songs are on, or all my songs from Quasi 2 are on every other platform, so people could listen to it temporarily until I fix it with Spotify.
So where can everybody find you at?
So if we're talking Instagram, Joe_Eid, E-I-D.
Okay. And Joe, J-O-E.
Joe_EID, as simple as that. I've got links to my videos from there to get to my YouTube. There's
and
links.
just to specify, on YouTube, is it just Joe Eid as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Joe Eid. If you just literally search Joe Eid on YouTube, you'll find me. When it comes to my specific or like individual website, it's jeidmusic.com.
Okay.
So I have my own website, and then I've got my own ClickFunnels now too. And what I'm trying to accomplish with my ClickFunnels is through my advertisements on Facebook and Instagram right now. I'm trying to get people to swipe up and talk to me. Mm-hmm. Since I work all the time, they end up talking to a robot. Mm-hmm. The robot messages them back and forth. When it gets to a certain point where it finds a fan to be optimal, mm-hmm. I send them a video and thank them for being a fan. Mm-hmm. I try to get them to sign up with their emails to go on a list so I can send them my music later. Mm-hmm. I try to get them to give me their phone numbers so I can contact them through my phone lists. And I also try to get them to join a private Facebook group that I just made. So that way, if I want to have like a live stream, I can. And eventually, I'm going to do the same thing with Twitch.
So it's more like you know how a lot of YouTubers are doing clubs in a way, where it's like the more loyal fans or the more like diehard fans, they get like exclusive content and like the first drops or the stuff that other people don't get to see.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I want to build a community so that way I have a really, really, really loyal mm-hmm. fan base, a dedicated fan base, not just one that's built off of my friends and cousins and family only.
Yeah.
Which I don't have that. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of friends, family, and cousins, but it's about how to grow your brand and how to make it shift and work correctly. And honestly, one of my like friends that I've met through like religious retreats over the years, it's kind of like influenced me to kind of go in that route because he's a gamer. His name is literally Arab, and what he does is he streams Fortnite all the time. Mm-hmm. The dude got huge off of it.
Is that like his income? Like that's how he makes
a living? Literally makes his money off of it. And it's funny because he just like graduated from college. And he goes like, I don't even need this piece of paper now. Like, fuck it. and dude's a comedian. Like he's literally one of the top people on Twitch. So it's crazy because like 2 years ago we were sitting in Washington D.C. and talking about our plans and our goals, and like he's like fucking famous now. It's dope. It's honestly really dope.
Is he really good at gaming, or is it that he has like a personality that people enjoy?
He's really good at Fortnite. And he's got a personality.
Okay.
So like it helps. It helps that he has his personality.
He's a threat.
Yeah, he will randomly like just start working out in the middle of his streams. He'll say some crazy belligerent shit. Yeah. He'll post stuff that makes absolutely no sense, and I cringe, and I'm like, well, it's him. It don't matter. Right. like he does a bunch of stuff. He's like, I can show you a video of him selling his merchandise. It's fucking hilarious. Like, dude just knows how to sell himself.
You said you guys went on like religious retreats and stuff?
Yeah. And it's funny because they call them religious retreats, and you learn about religion during the day, but at night it's a party. It's always a party. Like it don't even. I'm just gonna leave it at that, just in case anyone watches it. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. But no. Overall, though, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 2021 is gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
Dude, I'm excited for this year.
Yeah.
I mean, 2020 was crazy, but it was still a good year. I feel like I mean, you know, given like a lot of bad things were going on, I guess. Yeah. But I still had like a pretty good year. You know, I mean, relatively speaking.
Like I would say, like from a music aspect, for me, it sucked because I couldn't like go on tour.
True. Yeah.
I couldn't do some of the plans I wanted to do. But from a growing as an individual aspect, I needed it. I needed to kind of realize who's really there for me, who's not really there for me, who talks without action. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or who's actually about that action.
Yeah.
Like it's just like little things that I really didn't have time to think about before. And as I had more time, you kind of start thinking, and you're thinking about random shit, and you figure it out. Where before it was like always on the run, always on the run, always on the run.
Go.
Think about it.
Yeah, this past year I feel like it forced me, speaking for myself, it forced me to slow down for sure and like re-evaluate my priorities and what I had going on in life and what I wanted to reach for and focus on, and you know, like it was interesting to get the opportunity to do that.
See, I think one of my goals that I haven't done yet, which I need to do, is I need to figure out how to cook better.
Dude,
so,
me too.
Shout out to Mama. I got it. Don't worry. Soon. But I need to figure out like how to cook.
Yeah, me too.
That's my thing, man.
I've been thinking about that. Actually, it's funny you brought that up. I just cooked scallops for the first time recently.
Nice.
Mwah.
Nice. There
so
you go.
You ever cooked scallops before?
Man, I love scallops. So if you ever do that again, feel free to invite me over. I will bring whatever you want. I love scallops.
Dude, they're easy to cook too. I was surprised. Like the first time I made them, they were good, and they're very easy to cook.
Shit, man. Yeah, I gotta look into that.
Yeah.
I know I made shrimp scampi and pasta for the first time with my brother-in-law the other day.
Yeah.
He was kind of doing most of the legwork. I was kind of watching and putting things in there at the same time, but at least taught me how to do it for myself for next time.
Yeah, so, I made like the scallops the first time just like plain because they were about to go bad. I was like, fuck, I gotta make these. Shit. And I ate like, you know, a pound or more of scallops just all at once because I was like, I gotta eat it. I don't want to waste the money. And but the next time I made it, we made it with like I think it was like angel hair pasta, and then we took like some like wine and sauteed some like onion and I think mushroom too, and some butter, salt. It was just we flavored it up. Good. It was like the best thing I've ever cooked, honestly. It was delicious.
If you ever do that again, like, hey Joe, what you doing?
Yeah, come on.
All right.
You're in Cincinnati pretty often too, aren't you?
Yeah. Now I actually live here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I used to not live here.
Yeah.
Now I actually live literally 10 minutes away from here.
Okay. So. When did you move?
6 months ago.
Okay.
So like August, October-ish.
You were in Dayton before, right?
I was in Dayton. That's originally where I'm from. It's my hometown. I moved to Indiana for work. I decided I had enough of Indiana, so I moved to Cincinnati, and now I just drive to Indiana for work every day.
Okay.
I was like, I already drive here every day almost, so I might as well just drive to Indiana for work.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how it happened. And honestly, it mentally made so many things better for me. It's like I was closer to friends. I was closer to family who lives an hour away instead of 2 hours away. So it helped me out like, tremendously.
Yeah, you got more like of a base here, it sounds like, than
you did
in Dayton.
Owning a place compared to renting a place, 100% different.
You bought a house around town?
So I bought a condo, but same concept though.
Yeah.
Like I'll pay it off. Eventually, I'll rent it out to somebody if I can.
Yeah.
Technically, under condo association, sometimes you can rent it out, sometimes you can't. Thankfully, in my situation, I'm 95% positive I can. So we'll see where it goes, and then hopefully I'll have another place in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cincinnati's been fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good city. I just didn't get to experience it fully with the whole 2020 thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's an interesting year to move to a city.
Yeah, exactly. But
how often are you at Timeless? So you said earlier, like 3 times a week at least, or something like that.
It used to be 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Lately, I've kind of just stepped back a little bit because I'm realizing, shit, I got other payments. Like, I need to calm down.
Yeah.
But I've probably spent. Chris would probably be a better resource than me for this. Let me try calling him real quick. This is funny. All right. I'm sorry. This is kind of interrupting the flow of the thing. Okay. I just want him to guess.
Just for reference, he's the engineer, right?
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully he answers, but he's probably in a session, honestly. So he's going to take me to voicemail like a dick. But we'll see. Come on, Chris. Come through clutch.
Let's go.
Come through clutch. Oh, I'm going to voicemail. It's okay.
What are you about to ask him? Like how much you've spent with them or something?
Yeah, how much I've spent in the last year at Timeless.
How many years? Has it been about a year that you've been using them?
I've been using them for like 2.5 years now, I would say. If I had to guess off the top of my head in the last year, it's been around $17,000.
Damn.
If you count beats, count like recording, count mixing, mastering, around there.
Do you feel like that's like do you feel like you're getting a good return on your investment too?
Oh yeah. So my bad. 2 years, 17,000. Oh, sister's calling me. But yeah, so I would say yeah. I mean, just from like flipping like hoodies and T-shirts and selling random crap and doing performances when I could, and the streaming stuff. I wouldn't say I'm totally like in the clear 100%, but it was a great way to start.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's building. Like, especially starting out, you have to sort of like spend more than you're gonna make back right away.
Exactly.
It's like a long-term investment.
Exactly, and I think I'm establishing what my vision was now. Yeah. So it's like it's dope that it's coming into fruition now, and now I just got to think about, all right, how am I gonna make it 100 times better?
Right.
So
how often do you do music videos?
I try. My goal is to do 6 next year.
Like 2021?
Yeah, I want to do 6 of them at least. But it just depends on the situation. In 2020, I did 5 of them. Mr. Meeseek's house. I love Rick and Morty, by the way, if you like Rick and Morty.
I do. I actually haven't even watched that much of it I gotta admit, but I actually do like that show a lot. I just haven't dove into it. But
so I've got one based off the show. It's called Mr. Meeseek's house. I've got Level Up. I have 4. I'm sorry. So Level Up. Then I had the one. It's called Adversity with Fame and Alana, and then I just dropped. No. I'm missing something. But I was a part of 4 music videos in 2020. I released 3 of them. One just dropped for this year. I'm going to make like around 5 more this year.
Okay.
That's the goal.
You holler at me if you want to do one. I know you said you got I got
a good thing going, but like he's in LA. So
oh really? Like, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, so like I'm down, and also Simeon Collins, River Sky.
Yeah, I know him.
Great at what he does.
Yeah,
great at what he does.
I actually remember like when he was first getting into doing videos. Yeah, and like I think at least that like because I like found out about him or whatever through Facebook, I think. And then we I friend requested him or something. We talked a little. I've never actually met him, but like I'd reached out to him at the time about like hiring him to help me with like wedding videography because I had a wedding videography business for a little. Yeah. And but anyway, like I've kept up with some of the stuff that he's been making, and he's come a really long way. Like his work's awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He does good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then my friend in LA, his name's Lenny QT. Great at what he does too. So I'm very thankful. That's one thing. I really take pride in is my music videos.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm very thankful I've got two great people. But yeah, obviously, man, if everything works out, I'm down. I'm always
Dude, yeah,
down.
I'd love to shoot a video for you.
Yeah.
Did I send you that one?
So you sent me a link.
Oh yeah, you said it wasn't shareable
on Messenger. I haven't checked it yet. Okay. To be honest with you.
Yeah, let me know what you think of that.
Yeah, I will for sure. And then you said like another dude's working with you. And
well, that's the dude I was talking about.
Got you.
But I mean, okay. I'm actually supposed to be shooting a video this weekend, and then.
Oh shit.
I mean, just to give you a little rundown, I got like a drone. I got a couple cameras. Okay. I got two-handed 3-axis gimbal, one-handed 3-axis gimbal. I got like a pocket dolly, like Kessler crane. Pocket jib as well. Like I got hella equipment basically, like some lights and
that's sick, man.
2 sliders and I got the works for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And do you think you've really upgraded on the cameras recently?
I mean, I bought this camera when I was getting into wedding videography because I didn't have it when I first started like really diving into wedding videos, and I started to realize that I needed a better low light camera because we'd go to receptions and it'd be really dimly lit. I was like, damn, like we gotta bump up the gain in post-production, and then it gets all grainy and just didn't look very good. So I ended up investing in that camera, which at the time, it was like the best camera you could get for low light. It's a 4K camera. I mean, it's a really good camera. They've come out with the newer one since then, but I mean, that camera was like $3,000 almost, and that's like the little brother of that camera, which I just bought off a friend of mine. I've had that camera since college.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with this camera. So I haven't really I want to buy like I call them like like a big boy camera, like a real like cinema camera, like a 16 grand camera or something. But it's just not like
feasible.
I mean, I guess I could, but I don't really. It's not the right time for me to do that. I think I will at some point, but like I use cameras like that on some shoots that I get hired for, but usually like the company provides it, so I don't have to worry about like owning one,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, but yeah, I definitely got to check out that video.
Yeah,
let me get back to you. And then whenever you got more stuff, man, always send it my way.
Yeah,
I like watching. So
actually, I'll send you. I went out to Tennessee for a music video a while ago, where I used my crane. It was pretty sick. It was like a church band, but they were really good, and they had like apparently they had hired like someone who did lighting for like Taylor Swift, like some super legit lighting company where the lights were all synchronized, and it's like some expensive lighting company, but it was epic. And like I shot a bunch of crane footage with that. I can share that with you.
Yeah.
I don't have it edited together because I was like the camera operator for that shoot, so it was edited into a music video, but I basically took like my raw footage and I cut out all what I thought were my best movements, and then I put it together and color corrected it a little bit, and then just put it at the end of a vlog that I made.
That's dope.
So I'll share that with you if you want to see it.
Yeah, share it, and then I'll actually look up the video too, just to kind of see how it turned out.
Yeah, I didn't edit the video, so I won't
take credit. Yeah,
I don't want to take credit for it because I think it could have been edited so much better.
Really?
Yeah, but it is what it is. I think it was okay, but I like I said, I was just there to do camera operating. So
yeah, no, I feel that. But yeah, man, I'm always down to do work as long as it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my thing. It's like as long as it fits, and it's like your vision is matching my vision, and everything works out, I'm cool. Like
yeah,
I'm always ready. I always have music ready.
Dude, so. I love shooting. Just being involved with music in general is like my favorite. I mean, if I could only do music related video work, that would be like a dream come true.
Hell yeah.
I do a lot of, like I said, I had a wedding videography business, which was good money, and I stayed really busy doing it, but I just got kind of burnt out on it. It's not like something I'm super passionate about, although it was like I learned a lot from it, and it was financially good for me, but I just eventually was like, I can just print and do my thing, so I'm not going to do that anymore.
I feel it.
But it was a great experience still. But like, so anyway, I've done, a lot of that, and then I've done a lot of like corporate kind of stuff, which pays well. So like, that's kind of the reason, I guess, because a lot of times like it can be difficult to find musicians who like are willing to like pay a decent for doing stuff. But
no, I feel that but sometimes it's like you said earlier, it's like you kind of have to invest in yourself to get a return on yourself.
Yeah,
so like I understand the perspective of like you want to pay what you think the worth of something is, for sure, but you also have to have the money in order to do that. So it's like I get it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I always do this. I do this with people all the time that tell me they don't have time to do shit. Okay. So obviously I told you I work 40 to 50 hours a week with Honda, and then I do my music shit. So we're talking 100 hours a week into what I love doing when it comes to engineering or music, at least. I always tell them, like, what are you doing exactly? Well, I got my 8-hour shift at wherever this place is. Okay, what do you do after that? Well, I go and I want to have my relaxation time. That's cool. You have your relaxation time. Everyone needs it. That's cool. What else do you do? Well, I go and I hang out with this friend or hang out with this stuff or whatever. And it's cool. Don't be wrong. People could do what they want. People could smoke, drink, hang out with people. But, like, when you got something in your head and you want to do it, you have to find time to dedicate to it. And I'm sure you could attest to that. It's like everyone wants to hang out with their friends. Everyone wants the ability to smoke weed. I can't because I randomly get drug tested for Honda. What's up, Honda? How you doing? Everyone wants to go drink. Everyone wants to party. But it's like you got to know and be determined to really hit your goals. And if you got time after that, then you do that shit. And I think people just, like we kind of talk about with their priorities sometimes, they just don't have a strict regimen in their minds about how they're going to accomplish what they want to accomplish.
Right.
So that's the reason why I kind of talked about earlier, like I have a map in front of me, because I literally wake up, I can be on my app on my phone every day, and I see it right in front of me every single day. It's in my face, period. But it depends on the person, man. It depends on the person.
You explained that really well. I think it's all about sacrifice. Like if you really want to make something happen, you have to be willing to sacrifice time and, like your priorities have to be right. Otherwise, it's never going to happen for you. Yeah. Because shit doesn't just like fall into your lap and, probably 99.9% of the time.
Yeah. Like you need to, it's like, I'm not going to compare this to winning the lottery because it's way harder to win the lottery. Like for example, I'm in a Powerball, right? And it's like 1 out of 392 million chances that you actually win the Powerball, if not more. Yeah. But like, you really have to have something amazing happen for something to work out without you putting in that much work. Like that shit just doesn't happen. And then for some people, they can't sustain it because they don't know what they're doing once that diamond in the rough somehow happens. So it's like training your mind is so key. And I talk about rest too. Like meditating or finding your way of coping with stuff. It's very well. So for example, I talked about, man, I'm running on like an hour of sleep, 2 hours of sleep from last night. The main thing I did, I got home today. I got home at like 3:45. Immediately, I went on my bed. I laid down, like took off my work clothes, got into like my pajamas, just laid down for like 30 minutes. So I said, look, if I want to talk for 2 hours or an hour, I got to clear my mind before I could talk. So I just like meditated a little bit, took a little power nap for like 15 minutes, got back up, started doing shit again. Put on my clothes, whatever. Started working with Facebook Business Manager a little bit, whatever. And then it was time to go. Like people just got to know how to prioritize their time. Yeah. Now, I don't recommend taking 15-minute naps most of the time. I recommend getting 7 hours of sleep if you can. For sure, yeah. But, like, everyone manages their time different.
Yeah, I guess if you're, like, that sleep deprived and you need a nap, like, do what you got to do. But I agree. Yeah. Like, it's way healthier and more effective to sleep, like, a healthy amount of time.
Yeah, because it makes you more effective.
Right, yeah, you're more present and you got more energy and you can like really get shit done.
Oh yeah, it's more. I think the word's efficient. It's more efficient to be that way. Yeah, but I mean, everyone operates in their own way. So who am I to judge at the same time?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's been times where like I've put in like 12 to like 16-hour days sometimes, and I'm like exhausted, and it's sometimes it's day after day doing that kind of stuff, and then other times like this week's a good example. Like I was really worn out, and like. I just needed to catch up on rest, so I just took a lot of time to rest because I was like,
so when I'm talking about like dedicating time, that's very, very important. But sometimes you do need that lazy day, like where you just
for sure
clear your mind and do nothing. Like you do need those days for sure. It's just dependent on how you work it into your schedule. Yeah. So like, if you could plan it and you know you have nothing coming up, I personally don't like sitting around much. But
no, me either. Yeah, I always feel like wrong, like I'm doing something wrong if I'm just sitting around like wasting time or whatever.
Exactly, but like even I've had my day where I binge watch on Netflix. Like everyone has those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just about what you do with your time. 95% of the time that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But no, I mean, I'm really appreciative too. Like I'm talking about like shit I'm trying to accomplish and shit that I like is going on and like music that's coming up. But I'm really, really appreciative of stuff that's happened too. Like I look back and I'm like, damn, some of that shit didn't happen. Like, how the fuck did that happen?
Right.
That kind of thing. So it's like one example is my music video, Level Up. It happened this year. We're on top of a parking garage. We got told multiple times to get the hell off the parking garage, or we're going to call the cops. There's like 8 nice-ass cars up there. We're all just fucking doing what we want anyways. Eventually, security guard says, yo, you have to leave now. So we start leaving. We're literally halfway down, and I'm the last car out. Halfway down, the cops are starting to pull up.
So it's just perfect timing.
It was on opposite sides. So like they're going up and we're going down at the same exact time. And we ended up not getting in trouble. And it's just like one of those things where you're like, what the fuck? Like, how did that just happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we went to a park after that, and it's like in between where Detroit and Canada meet up. Okay? Because Michigan and Canada are really, really close to each other, that area. We went to a park. One of my friends was like literally doing like burnouts around the fucking parking lot. And I'm sitting there like, yo, there's like park rangers, there's like cops, like what are y'all doing? And thankfully they didn't show up until we shot every single thing that we needed
that
for
was
the
for
video.
like a video?
Okay. Yeah, so we shot everything we needed for the video for Level Up. At the very end, the park ranger showed up. And I just like, there was like 20 people with us. I just told everyone like, okay, shut up, let me talk.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting out of it, and it was like nothing. So it's crazy, and I'm very thankful for the people that brought the cars too for that video and for the future videos. It'll be good. But
do you like when you do videos? Do you guys like? Do you usually have the concept in mind, or do the people that you hire like come up with that? Or
depends on the video.
Yeah.
So I've done videos where we came up with it on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I've came up with videos that I had a whole plan. My most recent video, Doe, that was a plan.
Mm-hmm.
The one before that, Adversity, that was a plan. Level Up, a lot of the shit we wanted to do didn't work out, so it was winging it on the fly.
Did it not work out because it was just like too complicated or something?
Like parking garage, I didn't know you needed a permit in Detroit in order to be able to shoot videos on top of a parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up some stupid law that said as long as you have a tripod on the floor, you could take it as a picture.
Yeah.
So I just literally put
like,
the DSLR, put the DSLR camera on there, and eventually
like we got the tripod. Like,
yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah, eventually, or it was like if you don't put the tripod on the floor, I can't remember what it was. It was some stupid rule, but
that turned out to be bogus though. Like
eventually security was like, "Shut the fuck up." You guys are doing a video.
This isn't gonna fly.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't get kicked out technically. The cops didn't kick us out, but we left before they came.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. And then, like half of that music video is in LA too. So it's like we're going everywhere to try to do these videos. We're renting out spaces. We're putting money down so we have a really good product. Mm-hmm. So it's dope to have that. But like we talked about earlier with that boxing ring, like shit, we get that and it's free.
Yeah.
That makes shit so much better.
Yeah, that would be sweet, man.
Yeah.
I really like that concept.
Yeah, I do too, man. I think it'll be corny, but it'll be a good corny. Like,
yeah, I don't think that would be bad.
Yeah. Like doing something kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll have to share. That reminds me too. I mean, I'll share it with you. It's like it was like one of our final projects in college, but we did like a 35 millimeter final project, and it was called Mick the Brick, and it was about like this Irish boxer, and we had to build like an underground boxing set, and like, I mean, we built all kinds of sets for it. That we had like his home and the boxing underground boxing area and like the locker room, and we had to like build all this stuff from scratch as part of the project, but. It just reminds me of what you were describing because there was like this one guy who was one of the actors and he played the part of like the announcer.
Oh, shit.
It might be kind of interesting for you to get some ideas maybe for shots for the video even.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because the guy who played Mick, he ended up. You've probably seen him on like those Dodge commercials, like the Dodge Brothers.
Yeah.
He's one of the Dodge Brothers now.
Oh shit.
It's kind of funny, but yeah, he's been in some little like had some roles on some different like TV shows and probably movies and stuff too. But it was funny because at the time he was just like an aspiring actor. I'm sure he had a few credits, but he was like one of the more legit actors in the student films, and it was cool to see him go on to like actually land some legit acting jobs.
Yeah, man, that's like the entertainment business is such a grind, and like it's crazy because you meet a lot of shady people with that kind of stuff too. But
yeah, dude, I could go on and on about crazy freaking projects I've worked on. Like some like I did this pilot episode about or it was like a pilot series that this guy wanted to pitch to Netflix that was just like the most unprofessional, ridiculous thing I've ever worked on. Like people were walking off because he like wasn't paying people, and he was just super disrespectful to some people, and it was a nightmare, honestly. But yeah, I've had my fair share of like, you know, things like that. But
yeah, I think my biggest problem, honestly, and it's like I'm really, really in tune with efficiency. I'm really, really in tune to how I spend my money. Mm-hmm. So the biggest problem I've had is like me not seeing what somebody's worth, or me not agreeing with somebody on what their worth is for specific stuff, and then they get prideful because of it. Mm-hmm. And I get like anal when I need to figure out how to just like be more professional in those situations. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I mean, everyone has their learning curves. Everyone figures out what to do. But I hate when people like can't recognize their own flaws. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, shit, I notice I got a problem. Okay, that's something I got to work on. Mm-hmm. But like, there's just so many people, even in the entertainment industry, like they don't see their own flaws. They don't see what they could improve on, and they really limit themselves because they don't see what they can improve on. Mm-hmm. It's like with music. If one of your friends kept on telling you something's dope, and you believe that was dope, but you let it get to your head, you're going to have a fall off after that. Mm-hmm. But when you keep on telling yourself, no, there's things I can improve, no, there's things I can improve, no, there's things I can improve, that's going to drive you to make some insanely good music. And that's where I try to keep my mentality. It's like, even though I'm making good music, I need to make the next best thing.
Yeah, always strive for something better.
Yeah, I can't settle. I can't be like, oh my God, I'm sitting back now.
Yeah, like get an ego about it, and then you're just like, you kind of like limiting yourself by that, I guess, in a way.
Exactly. I guess it's more of the mentality. You're allowed to celebrate your wins.
Yeah.
But it's more of the mentality. You can't like just think, oh my God, I did what I was supposed to do. Now I'm good. No, it's like you always got to chase.
Yeah.
So,
stay hungry.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I guess my cue for dinner because I'm fucking starving.
I was just thinking about eating some scallops.
Shit, man.
Do you one more question about that music video too? Are you like planning on having any like fighters and shit in that, or like as actors?
That would be amazing.
'Cause I know a few, so.
Really?
Yeah, I've intermittently I join there's this club close to here called Club MMA, and there's this one guy that I know that like he just had his first pro like MMA fight like in the cage. Yeah. And he's got another one coming up like in February, but there's like you know, he's got his thing, and then there's like a couple other guys that like go there that are like serious about it, and you know, like I'm sure we could probably if you wanted to, we could probably coordinate something.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man.
There's other, you know, gyms around here too, but
hell yeah. No, that would be sick. I would love that. My thing is like Timeless. They record Adrian Bronner.
I was just gonna, dude. Yeah. I met Adrian Bronner actually at down the street at Western Hills Bowl because he loves bowling. I don't know if you know that.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I just like I randomly saw him there one day. I was like eating because there's a restaurant adjacent to that, and I was like leaving with my friend, and I saw him walking in with his friend. I was like, "Is that fucking Adrian Bronner?" Yeah. I was like ran up to him like, "Hey man, like can I get a picture with you?" Yeah. But yeah.
Was he a dick?
No, he was super cool. I got a picture with him. You know, put it on Instagram. I actually like. There was a period of time where I was like kind of getting into boxing, and I like was trying to find gyms and stuff, and I met this guy. It's kind of random, but I met this boxer at Best Buy because I went there to buy a boxing video game.
Shit.
It's like I gotta just you know,
have a vision for it.
Yeah. And like he apparently he like sparred with Adrian Broner, and he had like invited me to. There's a gym in OTR that Adrian Broner like grew up going to, and I think he still trains there and stuff.
That's crazy.
I never ended up going. He invited me, but I didn't go. But like, I mean, I know there's like people like that around town, you know. So
yeah, I mean that's one thing I think I'm gonna try to use my connections and try to see if there's any single way I could get him to go.
Yeah, because he did record it Timeless too.
Yeah, because that would be insane. But like, other than that,
yeah, he'd be huge to have in there.
Yeah, but other than that, I have no ideas. And I think it'd be kind of cool to have him there just to draw people.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, if he was involved, like that would be a big draw for sure. Just his
name alone.
His name, yeah.
And that would make the video fucking sick.
Yeah.
But
get him doing some fucking sparring or something in the ring, or you know.
I'll have him spar me and just beat the fuck out of me.
You just fake it. You don't gotta take any damage.
Yeah, it's awesome because like I literally like talk about my verse. Like I'm gonna get more cocky now. Fuck it. I'm at the point where I can.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hilarious that like I'm talking about getting more cocky and I'm just getting beat the shit out of my Adrian Broner. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you couldn't get him, like I said, there's a handful of guys at that MMA club that I go to that are, you know, either amateur or professional.
That'd be sick.
So I mean, that you could probably get them involved at least.
Yeah.
Plus these other gyms around town.
Yeah, I will definitely hit you up about that at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
But shit, man, I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
It's like I see you building here. I'm building.
Dude,
I'm excited for our future.
It's so fun to network and just like bring people up with you, and they do the same in return. You know, like everybody's like, you know, just growing together.
Yeah, because it's like like I talked about earlier. It's like the community feel, right? So it's like
a team.
Yeah, we're all growing up together. It's like, why am I going to want to take my business for like hoodies and shirts elsewhere when we got something working here and we're talking and we're fucking doing songs together hopefully soon. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just all a huge ass connection in so many ways. And the more people you develop or kind of like have connections to like that, the bigger your shit can get.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just the guy that he helps me edit my podcasts, and he like is the guy I've been talking about doing music videos with you.
Yeah.
He worked with me at a factory. I used to work at this screen printing factory, and this is while I was starting my business. I was also teaching at Ohio Media School and doing wedding videos and working at the factory. And I only worked there to learn how to use an auto. But like I met him through that, and he and I would hang out at lunch all the time. And like this was before I think he was really like into videos as much as he is now. Yeah. But I'd bring my camera in and my lens in, and like I'd show him stuff and I'd teach him what I could, and then like we stayed friends after I quit, and I've spent hours and hours on the phone with him just like answering questions about editing or video or equipment and things like that. And he's just gotten so much better, and it's so cool to see him progress and like to know that I like was a part of helping him do that. I don't want to take credit for like his hard work, you know, because he's definitely like taken his own initiative to go way beyond what I've taught him. But like, it's just cool to have that community, like you're saying, and like now we're gonna, you know, work together on stuff, and he helps me edit, and you know, it's cool to develop those relationships with people and come up together.
Yeah, that's dope. And I'm sure you could list like 5 more examples or something like that too.
For sure.
And I could like it's awesome, honestly. Like this, the creative aspect of not working a 9 to 5 and doing whatever the fuck you want and meeting people along the way and the grind behind it. It's awesome.
Definitely.
Thankfully, you're out of the 9 to 5. I'm still in my 6:30 to 3 p.m. 6:30 in the morning to 3 p.m. job, but it's funding everything at the moment. Yeah. So I got to do what I got to do.
Right. Yeah. Dude, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you coming out.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah,
it's
my pleasure.
It's always dope to do podcasts because it's like people start to get to know more about the individual themselves. Yeah. So it's pretty dope. I know I go on long ass rants, so.
I was trying to not. I'm still kind of new to this, and I'm like, I know it's like as a like a host, you know, like you don't want to take up too much of the conversation. Like I think it's more about you and the guest, you know, than it is about me. So it's like
I appreciate
try to like if you're on a flow or whatever, I don't want to interrupt that. So I prefer that actually. It makes my job a little easier, if you want to call it that, you know. To me, it's like it's more just like a conversation, you know, but in a way it sort of is like an interview, I guess. And but I don't want to be like too formal about it. I like keeping it casual and just like just a conversation.
Yeah, I think it's dope when it's open. You kind of just like do what you want, you vibe with it, and then you figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. That being said, if you guys want to subscribe, go check out Joe on all his platforms.
Hell yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
All right.
I mean,
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Shit.